Assalamu alaikum. Hope you guys are doing fine. I completely disagree with people who blame rape on a woman's dressing. As a woman who does full parda, I've been harassed, stayed at, and checked out by men thousands of times. Some even tried to brush past me just to touch me. I wasn't wearing a bikini. In many cases, it has nothing to do with it. Even animals and the dead bodies aren't safe by these rapists. But this does not give anyone the freedom to wear see-through dresses or walk around half naked. If you call yourself a Muslim, you must dress modestly and follow the attire of Ahlul Bayt and the Sahabiya. Having this mentality that I should be able to wear anything and roam around the city alone, especially at night, is sick. Know that Prophet Muhammad said, "The lone traveler is a devil, and two travelers are two devils, and three are a traveling party," meaning a single traveler is vulnerable and exposed. Two are still insufficient, but three constitute proper companionship and safety. Prophet Muhammad also said, "If people knew what I know about traveling alone, no one would travel alone at night." What scholars say about these hadiths? Traveling alone at night is strongly discouraged. Some scholars say it is prohibited without genuine necessity. The reasoning includes physical safety, spiritual vulnerability, and practical protection. These rulings apply to both men and women, though additional strictness applies to women traveling without a mahram. The Prophet Muhammad said, "A woman must not travel except with a mahram." No matter how many precautions we take, there will always be shar, fasad in this world. Devil worshippers are everywhere. Good and bad both exist because this is dunya, the world, not Jannah, the hereafter. Both men and women are failing in their obligations terribly. Men are not lowering their gaze, and women are not dressing modestly. Whenever women are asked to cover up properly, the common response is, men are also told to lower their gaze, but they don't, or ask them first, so on. So your deen and iman depends on whether a non-mahram is lowering his gaze or not. What is a man supposed to do? Walk blindly on the streets? He needs to look around while walking, shopping, or searching for things. What does he see? Women in tight-fitted clothes, revealing see-through outfits, and the pathetic trend of roaming around without a dupatta. We need to understand that many factors contribute to this heinous crime. Example, easy access to porn, drugs, not lowering your gaze, women walking around half naked in public spaces, the inability to control lust, and most importantly, the lack of strict punishment. Rape is never just about lust. It is also about power, entitlement, and a broken system that protects these criminals. Other major reasons include weak law enforcement, a culture of silence, poor moral and religious upbringing, and a society that often fails to teach boys respect and self-control from a young age. We are all educated here, so let's be honest. Men are visual creatures, and no, we are not equal. Both genders are opposites of each other. They get turned on by what they see, while women usually need an emotional connection first, before physical intimacy. You love it when your man gets excited just by looking at you. But the same wiring works the other way around. He notices other women too. That's built in. Now imagine him surrounded by women in bikinis, see-through clothes, or provocative images on billboards every single day. It's like constantly provoking his unconscious mind and triggering his desires, pushing him towards fasad. Just like showing meat to a hungry carnivore every day, but never letting him eat it. The moment he finds the meat unguarded, it becomes an opportunity for him to attack. If that's not enough, add drugs, which completely destroy a person's ability to distinguish right from wrong. What can you expect from a man in that state? Young teenage boys are turning to drugs as an escape from the real world's stress. There is financial instability, constant comparisons, education pressure, looks, unfulfilled desires, and so much more. And then there are men who watch too much porn. They begin viewing women as objects, nothing more than bait or opportunities. Excessive porn slowly destroys a person's innocence and sympathy, gradually turning them into an animal. Were these rapists orphaned? Didn't they have parents? I have seen many orphans who are far more disciplined. So why did these rapists who were brought up by their parents became like this? Where did the parents lack? Why don't the fathers know where their sons are? Why aren't they checked upon? Why do they have so much money in their hands to buy drugs? Why do parents think that their children are saints? Your son is a man first, then your child. Even a pious man praying 5 times a day still wants sex after hitting puberty. Gaining knowledge or earning money won't satisfy his sexual desires, just as reading books when feeling hungry won't fulfill your hunger. Early marriage also saves us from a lot of sins. Tawakkul in Allah is important. Risk is distributed by Allah. You can work day and night but still won't become a millionaire because not everyone can become one. Duas don't work that way. There has to be a balance. Families and relatives need to understand this and promote early marriages rather than taunting, comparing, and belittling. I have brothers and a father. My father never gave extra money to my brother. Whenever he needed money, he had to explain the reason, and my father would cross check it. My father disciplined him during his teenage years. He is 20 plus now. Yes, he is a boy, but not a privileged one. He was never allowed to stay out of the house without any reason. No late nights, even if he wanted to visit his friend, he had to ask permission, share all the details, and return within the timeline. My father taught him discipline, control of desires and emotions, protecting women, and what true manhood means. On the other hand, my mother taught him respect, love, care, and sacrifice. Parents, they start at home. Raise your sons with the fear of Allah and the fear of consequences. I also asked the scholars, what are you doing about these rape cases that are increasing day by day? Where is the Sharia law in Pakistan? If the current conventional law is failing to deliver proper punishment, then establish a separate institution for traditional Sharia law. Rapists deserve the same treatment they gave to their victims. If a rapist has raped, tortured, and killed, then he deserves the triple torture, removal of his private parts, and hanging until death. Hang him in front of the whole world, so he becomes an example and a lesson for others. Just like in some places in Saudi Arabia, where people gather to witness the chopping of thieves' hands and even executions. I don't really know why they refrain from giving such severe punishments. Maybe they justify it as a moment of weakness or a mistake, or perhaps the rapist has high-level connections. Whatever the reason it is high time that women should step into the legal system as well. We need more female judges because only a woman's hand will not shiver while delivering the sentence, removal of private parts, 3 days of torture, and hanging till death. I don't believe in protests. They only block roads and let our anger vent out for nothing. I believe in real change. Change by any means necessary. We can either continue acting helpless, making sad reels and duas, grieving and leaving everything to Allah while waiting for a miracle, something we have been doing for over a century. Or we can trust Allah and create that change with our own hands. When women wanted financial independence, they fought for jobs and education. When they wanted equal rights and respect, they stood against patriarchy and abuse. So why can't we fight against rapists and criminals with the same fire and strength? Make it essential. Learn kickboxing. Own a pistol. You can get one for around 1 lakh plus license. If you want to live fear-free in this world, stop waiting for the law to save you. Become the law.